Hey everyone, and welcome. I'm Sally, if we haven't met yet. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a pro-metabolic grocery haul and show you also some of the things that I just keep in my pantry as staples all the time, even if I didn't pick them up today. I know for myself, especially when it's food related, if I'm looking to make a change, it can be really helpful to see what other people get, where they get it from, how they're saving money, and just some snack ideas. So accordingly, I wanted to share with you. But before we get into it, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. It is a big help to me. And like this video if you indeed like what you see. That being said, we are going to start with the things that I already had in my pantry. First and foremost, not first and foremost, just number one, because it's right here, are going to be some potatoes. We'll get different kinds of potatoes. These are gold potatoes. We'll like russets as well, but this is something that we eat a couple times a week at least, or at least I try to incorporate into our diet a couple times a week because it's a great, carbohydrate, and potatoes are very high in potassium, which is one of our micro minerals that really we can't get too much of, or at least it would be very hard to get too much of, just given the standard American diet especially. So we're super intentional to eat lots of starchy vegetables like potatoes and sweet potatoes. Don't have any of those right now, but they're another great thing to incorporate. Number two that I already had on hand is going to be this Feta cheese. We get this at Costco. It's the Kirkland Signature Organic Feta. It is 100% sheep's milk, which is great because my husband is lactose intolerant. So cow's milk doesn't sit super well in his belly, but this is great. It also still has vitamin A, which is a big reason to include some dairy of some kind in your diet. So we love to add this to salads, and that's our primary use for it. But overall, it's just super delicious and it's a great deal. Most of the stuff I have here today and will show you is ultimately from either Costco or Trader Joe's. And I'll tell you why as we get into it. Bottom line, that's just where we have found the best deals for what we like. Number three is going to be this sauerkraut. I am trying to be better about eating sauerkraut every day. I really like it, so I don't know what the issue is. And it seems like my husband really likes it too, because this was full like 2 days ago and I was gone and now it's halfway empty. So good for him. But from the research that I have done personally, again, I am not a dietitian or a nutritionist, so please don't take this as medical advice. This is just my own personal research. Sauerkraut is one of, if not the best natural sources of probiotics, prebiotics that we can consume, and could potentially be of even more benefit just eating, a tablespoon or two a day than actually taking a probiotic pill, because especially if you are taking probiotic supplements, it's very tricky finding one that will actually do more good than it will bad. I'm gonna leave it at that. Bottom line, sauerkraut, got this at Trader Joe's. I've tried making it myself. It just takes a long time and then I get scared and I don't want to eat it, but you can make it yourself and it is fun. I'm just not there right now. Next up is going to be, it looks like a big ice cube because that's pretty much what it is. These are just some pork chops. But what we do and why I'm including this is we go to Costco and we get this big pork loin, and then we ourselves chop it up into a bunch of pieces, help save money, and we can portion it out as we like. And we have this probably once a week. I'll usually do a super simple seasoning. We'll have it with sweet potatoes and beans. That's one of our favorite meals to have with it, but it's a great staple that's not too expensive that we like to have on hand. Just two more things that I already had in my pantry. Those are, of course, going to be my collagen peptides, which you've seen before if you've watched any of my other pro-metabolic style videos. These are the vital proteins, collagen peptides, probably the most common ones that I've seen, definitely what I have access to. And I use this in my coffee every single morning. If I make a smoothie, I add a scoop or two of collagen. Great way to get a little extra protein and a diverse amino acid profile. And in line with that, I've also got my gelatin here. I should say about the collagen, I actually find that at Costco. It is by far the best deal I have found because that stuff does hurt your wallet a little bit, but 100% it's worth it. These are my Zen Principle is the brand I found. Grass-fed and pasture-raised beef gelatin powder. This is, maybe I said they are. These are Forgive my grammar today. I found this on Amazon. I did a little bit of research. I was looking for a pasture-raised grass-fed beef gelatin that wasn't gonna break the bank and that I could just get using my Amazon Prime membership, and this had really high reviews. I use it for my gelatin gummies, which I eat just about every morning. Again, you can see my recipe for those. I'll link it somewhere here. And they also pop up in just about any pro-metabolic video I have made because I love them so much. You can also make marshmallows with this or add it in cooking, baking in place of collagen to a hot beverage. Won't work so well in a cold beverage though. Okay, so I'm gonna move into the things that I got today. This isn't like a totally expansive list of things that we eat. Obviously we eat a pretty diverse diet, although there are certain things that we go back to on a regular or a week-to-week basis, or that I eat every day, as I shared previously in my 5 things I eat every day video, because they're so foundational, or they have become so foundational to me to getting the nutrients in my diet that I want to have. That being said, here's what I got this week. This was a pretty big grocery haul because we were out of a lot of stuff. And since I was just talking about my gelatin gummies, I'm gonna start with this. This is 100% cherry juice from Trader Joe's. I wanna say it's like $3 for this bottle, $3 and some change, but I love to use this in my gummies. It's by far the best like recipe I've come up with so far, are either like cherries and cream or cherry lime, and I will also add a splash of it to my smoothies. It just makes them super flavorful and balances everything out nicely. So that's the cherry juice. Then, speaking of juice, I've got some orange juice here. I'll sometimes get this from Costco, but honestly, this is a better juice. I know that it is ideal to get like fresh squeezed, never pasteurized orange juice. However, kind of a theme of this haul is going to be like the trade-offs that one makes when considering a budget, is I don't have an unlimited budget, and while I really do want to prioritize my health and prioritize good food, I can't, at this point in my life, just get everything top of the line, 100% fresh squeezed pasture raised. So there are always little trade-offs. This is not from concentrate, but it's just regular orange juice, no pulp, because I use it for my adrenal cocktails, and I need to look more into why this is, but for that application, my understanding is that it is better to use pulp-free orange juice, I think, when it comes to the absorption of the minerals that you're looking to get through that. So there's my orange juice, and then other main component of my adrenal cocktail, that's gonna be coconut water. This is from Trader Joe's. It's like almost $3, but definitely a better deal than you can get at a lot of places. You can get super huge crates of it at Costco, but I found that it's not a much better deal. So for now, I've just been sticking with this, especially given space constraints. The last liquid I got today is my heavy cream. This is just organic heavy whipping cream from Trader Joe's. I've been doing a lot of lattes recently, so I won't use this as much. I'll use milk, which I actually don't have in front of me right now. But if I make just like drip coffee and I want to add something to it, I've been adding just heavy cream instead of half and half, because yummy. And if I'm making my cherries and cream gummies, I use this. If I make oatmeal, which I'll do occasionally, not super frequently, but I'll add a little collagen to my oats, and then I will add a little bit of whipping cream and some berries, and oh my gosh, it's so good. I will have to share that little oatmeal hack at some point. It is phenomenal. So then I also have some frozen mixed berries. These are the Very Cherry Berry Blend. This is the Very Cherry Berry Blend from Trader Joe's. This is one of my favorites, along with it's like the Fancy Berry Medley, which doesn't have strawberries. It's just blackberries, blueberries, and blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries, which is my preference. This is that with cherries. I'll use it in my smoothies, and sometimes I like to make this little treat, which is like a berry cobbler of some kind, or like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Just a bake. It has berries and oats and brown sugar, and it's so good. Getting into some proteins, first thing I have here is some sweet Italian sausage from Trader Joe's. I like that it is made with crate-free pork. Really yummy. What I like to do is chop it up, throw it on a sheet pan with some bell peppers, some onions, and some potatoes for a super easy dinner. This is more of a snack thing. And we don't get it every week, but we kind of will alternate getting this or getting some like goat cheese, hard goat cheese, but it is just an antipasto mix. It has black pepper coated dry salami, Italian dry salami, dry coppa, and prosciutto. And it's 2 packages. It's like 24 ounces total in both of these packages combined. And I want to say it's like $12. And it's just a wonderful little snack to have for a little bit of protein. It's got some fat in it, of course. And yep, Costco, once again, coming in clutch. Still looking at meat. I love to get my chicken from Costco as well. This is just the organic chicken breast. And I just want to preface and say with me, my ideal situation would be that I'm always getting 100% humanely raised meat, grass-fed, grass-finished when that's applicable, like the happiest animals in the world. But again, that's just kind of been a learning process for me in terms of like where to strike balance, where to find balance, because it gets to be so expensive. But that's definitely something I think about and something I prioritize when possible, and something that moving forwards in my life, I just continue to make more and more of I plan to continue to make more and more of a priority. That being said, I'm doing my best right now. So this is from Costco, chicken breast. You get chicken thighs too. I prefer chicken thighs. Samuel prefers chicken breasts. So here we are. We take turns, but love that. It comes in a 3-pack. I'll just usually leave 1 or 2 in the fridge, put 1 or 2 in the freezer, and that'll last us a couple weeks. Same sort of application. I have this ground beef. I really love this ground beef from Costco. It's organic ground beef, 85% lean, 15% fat. And I want to say that I had once seen on here that it was certified humane. Right now I'm not seeing that sticker. Sometimes the sourcing does depend at Costco. It's weird, but it's 4 pounds total. So each of these is a little bit more than 1 pound. And I'll do the same thing as I do with the chicken, is I'll leave 1 in the fridge, put 2 in the freezer. Then I have some steaks. These are actually just out on a plate because I went ahead and salted them. We're gonna have them for dinner tonight. I ran just to my local grocery store because I found that that's where I really get the best deals on this kind of thing. But I'll usually find what's on special, and again, whenever it's feasible, I'm gonna get the option that is most sustainably sourced. We will say these are T-bones, which are like my absolute favorite. So I'm excited for dinner. We're gonna have those T-bone steaks with this gnocchi a la, I'm gonna say it wrong, Sorrentina, I think that says. This is one of those meals that's just super easy for me to throw together on a busy night. We do like to have a few freezer options, which I know isn't 100% ideal, but I do think it's all about balance, having things that you can go to when in a rush. So we love this gnocchi, and you just throw it in a pan with a teeny bit of cooking oil of some kind. Heat it up, we'll do that. We'll have the steak with it. And then asparagus, this is from Costco as well. I don't love that it comes in plastic. I prefer when my asparagus comes in a bunch and is in water, just to save the plastic. And I think often it is better quality asparagus, but it is a great deal at Costco, so sometimes that wins out. And then also when it comes to produce, I already have some zucchini and like peppers and onions and tomatoes that I'm just gonna use in recipes throughout the week, so I didn't get too much more. I just got some whole carrots. I'm gonna do roasted carrots with chicken one night this week. And also it is really good for you to consume raw carrots actually, because raw carrots contain a component that binds to estrogen in the blood or in the body, and I could be totally saying this wrong. But the key contributors are estrogen and carrots, something in them binding to that estrogen that's floating around that is not good for your body, and helping to detox it out of your system. In short, don't quote me on that because I'm not saying it as well as I could be. Then we have some oranges. This is like $10, but they're big, beautiful oranges. It's like 8 pounds from Costco. I will often have an orange in the morning when I first wake up with some of my gelatin gummies or with my eggs or whatever I'm doing right then. Have some bananas. These are super green, but also from Costco you get like 3 pounds for less than $2. And I'm trying to think, I think that's all the produce I got this week. I also have some tofu. Yes, that might sound strange coming from the mouth of someone who is pro-metabolic or is trying to eat this way, because I know animal proteins are the big thing. Clearly, I'm not afraid of those. I love eating my animal proteins, but we do still try to incorporate some largely plant-based meals into our diet once or twice a week. One, because it helps save money, but two, because it does have an effect on environmental footprint, and there are nutrients to be had from eating like this occasionally. So anyways, a block of tofu, and we'll probably do rice, tofu, some zucchini, maybe some more carrots, and I'll make a like yummy little sauce, and it's, again, one of our favorite meals. We are almost to the end, but here I've got, this big old boy. We got 5 dozen eggs, one of my favorite things to get from Costco. These are certified humane, grade A, large, who cares, 5 dozen eggs. On eggs. Pasture raised, certified humane is gonna be the most ideal situation. These are not pasture raised, but I love that they're certified humane. Granted, you have to be really careful when you're looking at that kind of label, because not every label can be trusted. I'm trying to see if I can show you closer. Maybe not, but there are a couple, like the certified humane or the certified animal welfare, where you know that they've been third-party evaluated, and I definitely trust those more. However, I'd encourage you to do your own research into the labeling process so that you can take that into account when making your own purchases. Back to what I was saying though about eggs being pasture raised, not only does that represent how the hens have been treated, but it does often have a correspondence with the nutrient density of the eggs given what they're able to feed on, or the hens are able to feed on, and then the nutrients that end up in the eggs. So just bear that in mind when making such purchases. We love getting pasture raised eggs, but again, from a budget standpoint, it just is not always feasible given how many we go through. Then I have some Crunchmaster multigrain baked crackers. Kind of random, but we love just having a little munchy treat on hand, especially to have with some of that salami I got, or with some cheese, or just when we want something crunchy with soup, salad, anything like that. These are really yummy. They have sesame, amaranth, flax, chia, quinoa, and millet in them. Allah knows they're real good. So also on the snacky note, I don't get a lot of these. You can get a big box from Costco, and that's a much better deal than just getting them like singly at Trader Joe's. However, when I get that box, it's like I like one flavor, but the other flavor my husband nor I really enjoy. So I just grabbed 2 for this week. They're the RX bars. This is the chocolate raspberry, and this is the coconut chocolate. In my opinion, the best flavors. I don't eat these frequently. However, on days when my work schedule is crazy and I just need little snacks, I know that it's a relatively balanced source of carbohydrates and protein made primarily of whole foods. So I'll just throw it in my bag and have it on hand, which is great. Last things last, this is just a little trial purchase this week for a snack. I got some Golden Island Asian tradition with a twist fire grilled pork jerky Korean barbecue recipe. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Anyway, it's pork jerky. So freaking good. I tried it in the car on the ride home. And yeah, it's ideal. It's fantastic. I'm trying to see. It's like 2 fat, 10 carb, because it is kind of like a sweeter sauce, and 8 protein. So great way to get a little more protein into our diets, just in a snacky way. And my husband and I love beef jerky, so it's quite a treat. All right, y'all, that's it. I know that's not totally comprehensive of everything that would be in my pantry, or each week's gonna vary a little bit, but this is a pretty good representation of what I get in a given week at the grocery store and how it supports my pro-metabolic way of eating, or we'll say my mostly pro-metabolic way of eating. I just wanna say one last thing, which is this kind of lifestyle isn't about perfection. It's not about just getting all the right things, eating 100% perfectly all the time. No, that's just gonna add more stress to your life. It's gonna take your enjoyment out of actually eating and turn this into what it is not supposed to be, which it is supposed to be a way of life, a way of eating that supports your metabolism and your body so that it is more resilient to stress and so that it is working with your physiology. So I know that these aren't 100% the best choices. And I know that there might be things missing here. For instance, I know I don't have beef liver that are going to optimize my diet in every possible way. But I think it's all about taking small steps in the right direction, and this is what's been working for me. So I really hope it'll help you out in some way or another. Please let me know in the comment section of this video if there's anything in this vein that you would like to see video-wise. But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Thanks again for watching. Bye, y'all.